Looks like the claw needs surgery. Will Kawhi Leonard come back at full strength? Let's talk about it. The question is, will Kawhi Leonard be there at the start of the next season after his ACL recovery? Kawhi Leonard just had surgery on his partial tear on the ACL in his knee. And as I said before, the question is, will he come back at full strength at the beginning of the season? And will he be there at the start of the season? If you ask me, I look at Kawhi Leonard as a strong player. I look at him as a strong-minded player as well. I look at him as one of the elite players, one of the best players in the league. And I look at him as one of the forefront players of the league. So when you have that, combine that with the fact that he wants to win, he has a will to win, determined to win, and determined to be the best that he can be, and determined to be, one of the best players of all time. This is all things that Kawhi Leonard thinks about. And the only thing he cares about is winning. But he also cares about health as well. So, me personally, even if he doesn't come back at the beginning of the season, I know he'll come back healthy and ready to go when he's ready to go. And when he's out there on the floor, we have no doubt he'll give it 110% all the time, as he always does, always productive as he has been. And I think he'll be productive going forward. I don't think this ACL injury will slow him down because the fact that it's a partial tear in the ACL is not a full tear. I think that definitely, helps in regards of, the hopes of any Clippers fans, if he decides to come back to the Clippers, that they have a chance to still win a championship with him playing at a high level. And I do believe he'll come back playing at a high level. I do believe he'll come back with the same intensity that he always comes back with. And I definitely think by playoff time next season, he'll be ready to go and, go on a magical run and score his 30-plus points a game in the playoffs as he always does. So I'm really not too concerned about that. I really think, though, would he come back at the beginning of the season? I think that might be a little bit of a stretch. If he comes back to the Clippers, re-signs the Clippers, I think he may come back within a month into the season, just to be sure that everything is okay, just to be sure that, he's 100% healthy, no worries, no issues. Kawhi likes to be 100%. He likes to be sure about what he's doing. He never really strikes me as the type of person that, I could see Kawhi playing through injury because I've seen him do it before. But if it's an injury that holds him back from at least making some of his cuts and movements and how he likes to attack the paint, then, he doesn't play because, it affects his game and how he can affect the game himself by his gameplay. And, when you look at Kawhi Leonard, he's exactly what the Clippers need. The Clippers need somebody who can go in there and make big plays and get into the teeth of the defense and make them earn everything they get on the defensive end. And Kawhi Leonard is the type of player that puts pressure on defenses. He doesn't bail defenses out by just using his jump shot, because he could if he chose to, but he doesn't. And that's the difference between him and Paul George. Paul George is the second star of the team because Paul George is great when his jump shot is going. When it's not going, he's pretty much a little bit above average player when his jump shot is not falling, because he just doesn't find ways to get to the rim and attack. Even though we know Paul George can, he just doesn't do it at times. But Kawhi Leonard is always in attack mode, whether it's going to the paint, drawing fouls, whatever he needs to do. And he, puts pressure on defenses by scoring from a multitude of ways, jumper, free throws. Kawhi is the real deal. We've always known that. We've always seen it, and we always believe that, So definitely want him to come back 100%, and definitely, it'd be great if he does re-sign with the Clippers, especially if they make some good additions to the team or keep the team the way they are, because as constructed, they're definitely championship ready. So that's my take on the situation, but I'm really not 100% sure he'll come back at the beginning of the season to start the season, just because it is a partial ACL tear, and you want to be careful and you want to be precautious about things like that. So as I said before, if he comes back to the Clippers, that's just something they have to be wary of. That's something that they have to keep an eye on. That's something that they have to, keep notice of, just because, that's your star player. He's the number one guy, and it all goes through him, because he's going to be the one that can get you to the promised land. So, hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments, in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. And, hey, Cali out.